What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another late night, another epic. We're going back into the 50s. I don't remember when was the last time we were there, but we're watching a black and white picture. A very, very famous black and white picture, On the Waterfront with Marlon Brando. Know very little about it, other than it's a gritty film. A lot of famous directors, it's on the top of their list as their favorite film. So we're gonna watch it today. Sorry for the delay and consistency in posting. I will try my best to do better, and hopefully, I'll hold myself to that, and you guys can also keep me accountable to it. But without any further delay into this programming, we're gonna get right into the picture, because Captain, we are Ego.
You take it, P.S. Lawyer.
Just by the orchestral score, the opening scene seems like he's mixed up in the wrong business. Very similar to the beginning of Rocky.
How goes? He's up on the roof. Pigeons? Yeah, wait.
Oh my lord.
Think somebody fell off the roof.
Is he similar to Rocky, is he some type of debt collector or of such?
Joey took my advice, he wouldn't be.
Everybody knows
I said,
that.
shut up!
Look, I know how you feel about cops, but maybe if you could give me some leads, I could...
I kept telling him. Don't say nothing. Keep quiet. You'll live longer.
Keep quiet, you'll live longer. I suppose that was probably one of the advices.
You're in the church if I need you. Did you ever hear of a saint hiding in a church? I want to know who killed my brother!
What's with you, punk?
Right away after she asked that question, the camera pans to him. So I do suppose there's going to be some type of a relationship between the two.
How come you never got an education like your brother Charlie here?
The only arithmetic he ever got was hearing the referee count up to 10.
You know, you're not too funny today, fat man.
Oh, the tough men here really have a sense of humor. They push around each other.
Present from your Uncle Johnny. And Mac, tomorrow morning when you shape the men, put Terry up in the loft, number 1.
Sure, why not?
Every day. It's nice, easy work, see? You check in and you goof off on a coffee bag, okay?
Okay.
The strange thing is Johnny seems like the elder brother that is taking care of you, except there's this sort of moral line that he is sort of crossing.
Hey, be careful, don't spill no water on the floor, because I don't want him to catch cold. I'll see you around, man.
Hopefully I get the analogy with the whole pigeon thing, because I suppose it's not just in there as something to probably develop his character more, that he cares more about, life. He has this tender side of him.
I brought you Joey's windbreaker. Might come in handy. Go ahead. Wear it.
Hey, thanks, Pop. Mine's more full of holes than the Pittsburgh infield. Hey, Joe. Yeah. I got a coat for you.
Nothing's gonna be put to waste. It just goes from one person to the other.
You heard me.
There's a rumor that you're one of the last people to see Joey Doyle alive.
Well, I don't know nothing.
Nobody's accusing you of anything, Mr. Malloy.
I hope you understand that.
Just want to ask you some questions about some people you may know.
That's a very good tag team of questions.
You think I'm just a gravy train rider with a turned around collar? Don't you? Huh?
She didn't deny it.
Yeah, you. Yeah, you.
I wonder how they're picking the laborers.
You Joey Doyle's sister?
Yes, I am.
You don't want to go to work today, anyhow. Must have been nice wrestling with you.
Okay, that's the first interaction, and a very physical one.
Isn't it simple as 1, 2, 3? 1. The working conditions are bad. 2, they're bad because the mob does the hiring, and 3, the only way we can break the mob is to stop letting them get away with murder. Now, if one of you would just answer one question, we'd have a start, a very good start.
Yeah. Who would start the answering?
How can we call ourselves Christians and protect these murderers with our silence?
Jimmy Collins, you were Joey's best friend. How can you just sit there and not say anything?
I'll always think of him as my best friend. What do you want me to...
Who asked him in here?
Well, first thing, they don't have any protection. If they speak out against the mob, it could mean their life, as Joey Doyle found out. And the union is not protecting them, and they need to work. So who do they go to?
There's one thing we've got in this country, and that's ways of fighting back. Now, getting the facts to the public, testifying for what you know is right against what you know is wrong. And what's writing to them is telling the truth for you. Now, can't you see that? Can't you see that? Huh?
Well, seeing as he's saying it, he's not necessarily dependent on, that sort of living. So it's sort of easy for him to say that. Oh, don't tell me he's the only one going out as a single file.
They'll put the muscle on you, too. Turned around collar or no turned around collar.
Wipe your face. Listen to me. You stand up and I'll stand up with you.
Right down the wire.
So help me God.
Hey, if Father's willing to do that, drop the D&D.
You don't buy me, you're still a bum. So long, Edie. Lord have mercy on Joey.
So that's another interesting dynamic is Terry did not know what was going to happen to Joey, and Joey just happens to be the saint amongst everyone.
Remember, you were in trouble all the time.
Now you got me. Boy, the way those sisters used to whack me, I don't know what. I thought they was going to beat an education into me, but I foxed them.
He's a tough guy that just grew up and got caught in the wrong crowd.
Come on, I better get you home. There's too many guys around here with only one thing in their mind. Am I going to see you again?
What for?
I don't know.
He's too man enough to say that he likes her.
Hold your hats, brother. Here we go again. You think he's one of them cases you're always dragging into the house and feeling sorry for, like that litter of kittens you brought in.
Well, I understand it again from the father's perspective because he's trying to do the right parental thing. Get out of here.
But, Pop, I've seen things that I know are so wrong. Now, how can I go back to school and keep my mind on things that are just in books, that aren't people living? I'm going to stay, Pop, and I'm going to keep on trying to find out who is guilty for Joey.
Oh, that must just crush the father.
Thinks I'm a tough man because I boxed both for a while. Tough guy. I think you're a tough guy, huh?
Well, he has good influence on kids.
Joey used to race pigeons.
Yeah, he had a few birds. I've been taking care of them.
I wouldn't have thought you'd be so interested in pigeons.
There was that look in his eye, that look of guilt.
One thing about them, though, they're very faithful. They get married just like people.
Berta.
And they stay that way till one of them dies.
That's nice.
What an analogy. And, well, to some extent, at some point, they are able to fly away for free.
When I was a kid, my old man got bumped off, and never mind how. And he stuck Charlie and me in a dump they call a children's home. Boy, that was some home.
And Charlie ended up being the smart one. Well, the brainy one who uses his brains for some illegal stuff, and he became a prize fighter.
Romance or human kindness in your whole body.
What good does it do you besides get you in trouble?
And when things and people get in your way, you just knock them aside. Get rid of them. Is that your idea?
Listen, don't look at me when you say that. It wasn't my fault what happened to Joey. Fixing him wasn't my idea.
Oh, oh boy.
Listen, down here, it's every man for himself. It's keeping alive. It's standing in with the right people so you get a little bit of change jingling in your pocket.
And if you don't?
If you don't, write down.
Well, that's just how his upbringing is.
Wait a minute. First, I gotta kiss the bride. Come on, you kiss it before.
Right into the next room, she walks into a wedding party. But this relationship he's developing with Edie is quite interesting, especially on the hinges of her brother being the common denominator between the two.
Say, we're doing pretty good. The sisters ought to see you now.
God forbid the father see this. You know, well, she could be in with the sisters, you know, continuing the education, but he just has this magnetism to him.
You gotta quit trying to find out about Joe. It ain't safe. Now, I'm telling you, it ain't safe.
Oh, Mr. Malloy, I was hoping I might find you here. Excuse me, miss. You're being served with a subpoena, Mr. Malloy.
Oh boy, here we go, the tag team.
Quit worrying about the truth all the time. Worry about yourself.
I should have known you wouldn't tell me. Pop said Johnny Friendly used to own you. Well, I think he still owns you.
Ah, that's the sad truth right there.
No wonder.
I'm only trying to help you out. I'm trying to keep you from getting hurt. What more do you want me to do?
Much more.
Wait a minute.
Much, much, much more.
Where you going?
Well, he's sort of in a conundrum himself. His family's in it. He sort of grew up in it. And even his childhood being placed in a home. So this is the lifestyle he knows, and last thing he wants to do is, you know, be a victim of it, ratting on them.
Half an hour later, a certain Timothy J. Dugan had a secret session with a crime commission, and he done all the talking.
Well, Dugan, what does he know?
Just 39 pages of our operation, that's all.
39 pages. Well, him and if he's talking about the person who I think he's talking about, again, this is concerning for their operation because they can be shut down if they have enough evidence.
Now, look, we got to do something to muzzle this Dugan, or he'll raise the biggest stink this town has ever seen. We got the best muscle on the waterfront. The time to use it is now, pronto, if not sooner.
Boy, this is behind the talk, and we're being privileged to it. He's probably even in conflict with it.
Let's go.
Wise up.
Yeah, she was completely right. They still have their hooks on him, for lack of a better word, and it's probably on his best behalf to leave with Edie.
And don't go walking off with any of that. You know how the boss feels about individual pilferage.
All right. Now you see the advantage of a little man in a big coat.
They will find that as grounds to probably take him.
K.O., you're a walking distillery.
Oh boy. They're going to let it go and it's going to smash him.
Get a doctor!
He don't need a doctor. He needs a priest.
Oh. And just as he was, glad about the whole whiskey thing, he was glad that, they got a shipment of whiskey. He dies right under the heavy load of all the bottles.
And anybody who sits around and lets it happen, keeps silent about something he knows has happened, shares the guilt of it just as much as the Roman soldier who pierced the flesh of our Lord to see if he was dead.
Oh, hey, man, the priest has some guts saying that. And, as much as the people who didn't do it, they are as guilty, as he said, as the Roman soldiers that did plunge and, did attack and did see the whole thing.
All of you! And only you Only you, with God's help, have the power to knock him out for good.
That's the line. That's the line. That's the motivational line that they need.
All right, come on. Come on, let's go. Break it up. Let's go to work.
Horrible, horrible. But, you know, the priest said many accurate things. The love of a buck. Again, that's the whole thing about the mob and the waterfront. They're just collecting. And from their perspective, they're doing it on right grounds. And from other perspectives, how can you stop them? You say anything, you die.
Yeah, they're nervous. There was a hawk around here before.
It almost seems like the mob is the hawk. They're the pigeons, but they're almost in sort of this like monotonous routine where they are being used as, you know, race birds, pigeons, until they're set free. And when they're free, don't return.
You gotta listen to me. Wait a minute, I'm the one that set Joey Doyle up for the knockoff.
Boy, at first he was questioning Edie. He was like, what is this racket? Now he's here telling him every...
So you've got a brother, eh? Well, let me tell you something. You've got some other brothers. And they're getting a short end while your Johnny's getting mustard on his face at the polo grounds.
Very good point. There's the flesh brothers, there's the spirit brothers. Either way, he's hurting one of them.
I'm not asking you to do anything. It's your own conscience that's got to do the asking.
Conscious. That stuff can drive you nuts.
Good luck.
Yeah, and right now his conscience is heavy. Subpoena, Edie, Johnny's not really happy with his performance thus.
You.
Honest to God, He just told me to take my picture and get him up on the roof. I didn't know what they were going to do. I wasn't even there. Believe me, I swear to God,
The only point where it stops whistling is where he says, I swear to God. Because probably we can almost imagine what the conversation is. His confession and her disgust.
Thought you were going to take him that night. Man, he really dumped you.
He dumped me, huh?
Even the authorities only remember his losses.
So just when he starts, he thinks he's getting cute, I step inside a jab. Mop with a left, mop with a right, mop with a left. I had him in my arms, and from now on in, we were just dancing.
I see.
And that's a fact. When those guys want to win a bet, there's nothing they won't stop at.
He could have won the fight, except probably like he had mentioned, or insinuated, the odds were stacked not in his favor.
This girl and the father, they got the hooks in the kid so deep he doesn't even know which end is up anymore.
I ain't interested in his mental condition. All I want to know is he D&D or is he a canary?
I wish I knew.
So do I, Charlie.
He's probably the canary.
I mean, all right, maybe the boy is out of line, but he's just a confused kid.
Confused kid?
First he crosses me in public and gets away with it, then the next joke up. Pretty soon I'm just another fella around here.
Johnny, I can't do that.
That's why mixing the mob and the family is a dirty business, a dirty line to cross. And from Johnny's perspective, he has to set the boundaries.
Look, you can have it your way or you can have it his way, but you can't have it both ways. Am I right, Truck?
Definitely.
Okay, on your horse. Deep thinker.
He's even patronized for being a deep thinker. The lawyer. That's what they have him for. And they can't even protect his younger brother.
Sure, that's great when you're a kid, but you're getting on, you're pushing 30, Slugger. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
Getting some ambition. Push yourself further into the mob, deeper into the mob culture. Basically is what he's saying.
$400 a week just for the openers.
I get all that dough for not doing nothing.
You don't do anything, and you don't say anything. You understand?
More the emphasis on the latter. Don't say a D&D.
Better.
That's not the point.
I could have been a lot better,
The
Charlie.
point is we don't have much time.
I'm telling you, I haven't made up my mind yet.
Well, make up your mind before we get to 437 River Street.
There you go. There you go. So either you make up your mind and say that you're not going to testify, or they're going to have to give you the runaround.
Before we get to
Listen to me, Terry. Take the job. Just take it. No questions. Take it. Terry, take this job, please.
Charlie.
Please take it.
And hopefully, you know, Terry can see what type of a hook they have on Charlie. You know how he was saying how Edie and the father had a hook so far up. They didn't know where up is, or like where it is. So does the mob have on him.
You should have taken care of me just a little bit so I wouldn't have to take them dives for the short end money.
Well, I had some bets down for you. You saw some money.
You don't understand. I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody. Instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
All for the interest of the higher-ups.
Here. You take this. You're gonna need it. You pull over.
There you go. This is his chance. This is his one and only chance to escape. Oh no. Oh boy, Charlie's in trouble. I think they sort of knew he was gonna croak when it came to his brother.
I don't shut up about that, Conscience. That's all I've been hearing.
I never mentioned the word before. You just stay away from me.
Edie, you love me. I want you to
Didn't say I did.
This is his one chance to tell her, let's go. I'm ready to leave. Oh, your brother's down. They got his brother. Oh, he has to go.
Come on down here. He wants to see you. Harry! Come on down!
That was almost the very same, you know, situation as her brother. How he was calling, you know, her brother.
Terry! Terry!
And let's not forget, he has a gun. So, to some extent, he's going to be able to sort of get out of this, except if they have Charlie in a dangerous situation. Wow, that truck was just going for it. It was just going to kill both of them. Oh boy, they just hung Charlie. Oof. 5 shots and they just hang him with a hook. Despicable, all for everybody to see.
Please, Terry, they'll kill you too.
Go get the father. Tell him to take care of Charlie. And then come on back here and stay with him till he gets here.
Terry, please don't do anything.
Well, it doesn't hurt until it's personal, and so for him, he's gonna go all out. And knowing Johnny and how smart he is, he probably anticipates this.
Give me a shot.
Take it easy, Terry.
Don't give me no advice. Give me the shot.
What a way to talk. Well, and they probably heard his gun, so no talking back. Oh gosh.
Stay where you are, Julio.
The priest just had to come. This is no situation for him to be here, and he will not obviously condone.
What did you say? Go to hell.
You don't say that to a priest.
He'll hit you in the head and plead self-defense. You'll find him in the courtroom tomorrow with the truth, as you know the truth.
That's probably the best advice. Yeah, you should take it, as you said. He'll just plead self-defense in his killing. Well, then again, Johnny friendly. You know, just seeing what he did for him and Charlie, you know, as he was talking to Edie, you know, how he used to take him to the ball game when they were a lot younger. It's a different type of personal hit.
Raise your right hand. Name, please.
Terry Malloy.
Swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Right.
I do.
I do.
Seated, please.
Well, he swore the oath, and yeah.
You don't drive a truck or a cab. You don't push a bag of drac. You don't work no place. You're done.
Hopefully the judge heard all of that. Well, he just implicated himself big time.
Oh, come on, will you quit following me? Why don't you get off my tail?
Orders. You're hot. You ought to be glad we're following you.
You're making me feel like a canary.
Well, there you are.
Well, it was either that or the D&D, right? Oh, well, as soon as that court hearing is out, there's suddenly a perception about him. And now the Golden Warriors are even broken. He's a rat. Oh boy, they're all dead. The one thing you would look after.
Terry, there's no place that's safe for you now on the waterfront. Maybe inland. Out west someplace. A farm.
Farm.
Well, he doesn't like the crickets.
They always said I was a bum. Well, I ain't a bum, Edie. Don't worry, I'm not gonna hurt nobody. I'm just gonna go down there and get my rights.
I can only... How would he do that without physical violence? Oh, they're gonna choose everybody but him.
You're still short in the hatch, Mac.
Hey, Speck, bring me the first man you see. Hey, you. Hey, you.
Oh, it just so happens to be that guy. That guy who they saw in the park, who made such a big deal about Joey being a saint. It's strange seeing Joey's father, Edie's brother, her father, you know, just stare back at Terry and say nothing. No, don't not defend him, not side with him. Oh, he's going straight for Johnny Friendly.
You ratted on us.
And now, I was ratting on myself all them years. I didn't even know it.
Come on.
You give it to Joey, you give it to Dugan, you give it to Charlie, who was one of your own. You hear that? I'm glad what I done. And I'm gonna keep on doing it till I get...
Come on! Come on!
Oh, he's just patronizing him. Well, this is, in his plea, it's self-defense.
That boy fights like he used to.
The legacy is still true, his own reputation.
Enough. Just let him lay there.
A law-abiding union.
What happened? What happened?
Really, the person who has all the access directly to the crime, his priest.
The little rat's yours.
Oh boy, look at how they did him. It's left him at the very side.
What goes?
I'll have him working in 2 minutes.
Come on, you guys,
He
get
better
going.
get these
Come
men
on,
to work.
get that. Go on down.
There you go. They can stage their own protest and revolt by not working.
Come on, get up here. Come on, Pop. I'm a double. You work today.
All my life, you push me around.
Oh, come on.
Whoa. Hey, there you go. There you go, Johnny Friendly. You don't push Papa Doyle.
And it'll give us back our union, so we can run it on the up and up.
Johnny Friendly's laying odds that you won't get up.
That's a great way to put it. Lose the battle, but win the war. It seems like he's gonna collapse right in front of the, like, just where you enter.
All right, let's go to work.
Hey, he actually made it. Okay, great. Awesome. Hey, he's working for the right people now. The good union. Yeah, they're behind the closed doors, behind the shut, gate. They're probably saying, "Way to go, Terry. Way to go." Boy, what a picture. What a picture. It's hard to see how this probably didn't influence a lot of films in small ways and in major ways, whether it has to do with Terry as a character himself, whether it has to do with the really interesting relationship between what he had with Edie and sort of the background conflict. But everything worked really well. The priest and his whole involvement and sort of having, him really being the catalyst for Terry to move forward, to testify against Johnny Friendly, and the whole situation with the union, how they would be so afraid to speak out against the union because it's pretty much their livelihood. As Papa Doyle even said, he would work these many years, just so that he can see his daughter, do something better with her life, and if it means working for a corrupt entity, and if it means his own arm will grow 2 inches longer than the other, so will it be, just to see that she gets to leave this, this mess, if you will. But her relentless sort of pursuit of the truth, and that pursuit of the truth sort of being mixed up with a relationship with Terry, and Terry being the only one who's able to bring out the truth, and his own loss with Charlie, and their interesting relationship with Johnny Friendly. Johnny Friendly sort of almost not Al Pacino, but like sort of like Robert De Niro in The Heat, sort of his own involvement and having to maintain a level-headed mind in terms of business and family and keeping people close to him. His own crimes, being very transparent to the people who's working for him, knowing that he is an evil person and he's running an evil organization, and having banking on the idea that people won't rat on him. Just how it starts out with Doyle and sort of Terry's first introduction into if they don't learn the easy way, the hard way is they will die, and that's how he learns about Joey's death at the very beginning. He says, "Oh, I thought you were gonna lean on him." I think that's what if I remember correctly, I thought you were gonna lean on him. But they sort of joke about it. His entourage, Johnny's entourage, about well, he was a better singer than he could fly, something like that. And there's always these analogies with the birds, the pigeons, the hawks. I think very much it has to do, with their respective parties. Hawks being the, sort of the evil, tyrannical nature, versus, the pigeons, and they're sort of, they can be peaceful, but at the same time, how I think Terry was mentioning, There are a handful. Like if somebody else if some other person touches your pigeon, and they could get quite feisty and by themselves, and how they were in sort of a boiling pot of a cage. They were placed in a cage. How this film takes almost part in a sort of deteriorating cage, if you will. Well, not deteriorating, but like a boiling pot of a cage. And how at every point the film just amps up with this orchestral, overture, and sort of the very last point where Terry really makes it known how he feels about Johnny, and sort of the catharsis of being able to fight again. We hear all about his boxing career, and at the very end we actually get to see that. And somebody makes a comment about it, and he's like, hey man, he's almost the same, except he's not really able. Even if he did have that boxing career, is he really able to go back into that career? Because his background is pretty. He's the bum. Like he's considered as the bum, and what's there's no use there's no. Why would somebody bet on a bum when they can bet on somebody else with sort of a better narrative, and sort of make their money that way, and say, hey Terry, just lose this one, and how he could have made something big of himself, except now he's sort of by family ties and sort of by where he is, sort of in this dilemma. And the interesting thing is Joey's sister. I'm mixing her name now up with Ingrid. I cannot remember her name, but she is the interesting, breaking point for him to break that matrix, if you will. But interesting film, great picture. I can see why this is a beloved film. I would guess this would just get better and better as time goes on, as rewatches are, as you rewatch it. There's a lot to pick up on, and the acting is wonderful. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about it. Did I get anything wrong? Did I miss anything? I can always count on you guys to educate me. And yeah, until I see you in the next picture, this was a fun one. It was quite unexpected, but I'm glad. Those are usually the best ones. And until I see you in the next picture, stay sane. Stay sane. Fight for justice and the truth, and you will be on the right side of life. Take care, guys.
What's up, you cinephiles? Thank you very much for making it to the very end. Me and Big Willie don't take that for granted. We really appreciate you. Now, if you would like to show your support to us, you know what you can do up here. You can smash that button. Really, just smash it. And, if you would like to check out some more content, they're all curated by days up over here and playlists. So, you know what? We hope you're having a great day. Don't crumble, and just continue to smile and be a good bastion of cinema.